Hello children. In this video, I am going to discuss the topic nutrition in human being. So now let's start the topic. So here we will discuss about digestion in human being. In human being, the food is taken by the mouth and the food passes through the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal means it is a long tube which starts from mouth and it is extended till anus. So the first step of the digestion is crushing the food materials by the teeth when we take the food into our mouth. The food is weighted by the saliva, which is secreted by the two salivary glands which are located at the two sides of the mouth. Saliva makes the food soft because since the food particles are larger, it has to be crushed down and saliva makes the food soft so that the food can easily pass through the alimentary canal. Saliva contains an enzyme which is known as salivary amylase. Salivary amylase is a starch splitting enzyme. That means it breaks down the starch molecules. So the digestion of the food starts at the mouth. From the mouth, the food is passed through the alimentary canal to reach to the stomach through the esophagus. It is necessary to move the food in a regulated manner along the digestive tract so that the food can be processed properly to each part of the alimentary canal. The food is pushed down through the alimentary canal by the movement called peristaltic movement. What is peristaltic movement? The peristaltic movement means the contraction and expansion movement of the alimentary canal. This muscular movement of the alimentary canal helps the food to move down the food material through the stomach and then to the intestine. So, how the digestion takes place in the stomach? The digestion starts at the stomach when the stomach walls shows peristaltic movement. By this movement, all the digestive juices gets mixed up with the food materials in the stomach. The digestive juices are secreted in the stomach and it gets mixed with the food particles. The stomach contains gastric glands. That means the wall of the stomach. It contains the gastric glands. And these gastric glands will secrete an acid that is hydrochloric acid. The stomach wall also secretes mucus. We need to know what are the functions of the hydrochloric acid and mucus, which is secreted by the stomach wall. Hydrochloric acid contains a protein splitting enzyme, which is known as pepsin. Protein splitting enzyme means the enzyme pepsin will break down the protein particles of the food. Remember the name pepsin. Hydrochloric acid makes the food acidic in the stomach so that enzyme pepsin can be activated and it can act on the protein particles. Because enzyme pepsin is in inactive form and it will be activated when the hydrochloric acid is secreted. Another function of hydrochloric acid is that it kills the microbes which might get entered through the food materials. So these are the functions of hydrochloric acid. Now, why is mucus secreted by the stomach wall? Mucus acts as protective lining against the corrosion of the stomach wall by the hydrochloric acid. If mucus is not secreted, hydrochloric acid will eat up the stomach wall and thus gastric ulcer may be caused. So mucus acts as a protective lining. From the stomach, the food now enters to the small intestine, which is the longest part of the alimentary canal. Here one question will arise, why the alimentary canal of herbivores is longer compared to carnivores? We know that herbivores eat raw grasses, which contains cellulose. Cellulose takes a longer time to get digested, so they have longer small intestine so that the cellulose is digested properly. But in carnivores, there is no need to digest cellulose as we eat cooked food. So we have smaller small intestine compared to the herbivores. In the smaller intestine, complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and fats takes place. The small intestine also receives some secretions from liver and the pancreas. Liver will secrete bile juice and pancreatic juice will be secreted from the pancreas. So bile and pancreatic juice will get mixed up with the food materials in the small intestine. Now, what is the function of bile? Why bile is secreted from the liver? Bile makes the food alkaline because we know that the food which is coming from the stomach, it is in acidic form. Pancreatic juice will have the enzyme which will be activated when the food will made in alkaline form. Another function of bile is that the bile breaks down the large fat globules into small globules so that the pancreatic enzymes can further break it down. So pancreatic juice mainly contains two types of enzymes, trypsin and lipase. Trypsin breaks down the protein particles because it is also a protein splitting enzyme like pepsin, and lipase it is a fat splitting enzyme. So lipase will break down the emulsified fats. That means the smaller globules of fat. As I told you earlier that the small intestine is the site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. So the intestinal wall will also secrete intestinal juice. The enzymes present in the intestinal juice finally convert the proteins into amino acids and the carbohydrates will get converted into glucose and fats will get converted into fatty acids and glycerol. So if it is asked that what are the functions of, what are the end products of carbohydrate, proteins and fats digestion, then you can say that the end product of carbohydrate, proteins and fats are glucose, amino acids, fatty acids and glycerol. Now the food is completely digested. So the digested food will be taken up by the walls of the small intestine. The inner wall of the small intestine contains villi. What are villi? Villi are finger-like projections of the walls of the small intestine, which increase the surface area for absorption of digested food. Villi also contains numerous blood vessels, which efficiently takes the absorbed food to every cells of the body. The unabsorbed food is sent to the large intestine, where more villi are present and they will absorb the water from the food. The food which is left is now considered as waste material and then thrown out of the body by anus, which is the last part of the digestive tract. In the anus, the exit of the waste materials is regulated by the sphincter muscles. So this is how digestion takes place in the digestive tract of human being. So now we have to know what is called as dental caries. One topic is also there in your textbook. So let us know what is called as dental caries. Dental caries means tooth decay. Tooth is decay due to softening of the enamel and dentine part of the teeth. Enamel means it is the hard outer covering of the teeth. Tooth enamel is the hardest material in our body. Remember, it is harder than the bones also. So the part of the tooth below enamel is known as dentine. You can see the picture of the teeth. Below the enamel and dentine, there is pulp cavity. So if any infection is major, then the infection can go up to pulp cavity also. So dental caries means the formation of the small cavities in the teeth due to the action of acid forming bacteria. So how the teeth actually gets decayed? When we eat sugary food material, the bacteria in our mouth act on the sugar to produce the acids. These acids first dissolve the calcium salts from the tooth enamel and then from dentine to form cavities. The bacterial cells together with the food particles stick to the teeth to form dental plaque. You must have seen yellowing of the teeth. So if we regularly brush our teeth, the brushing removes the plaque before the bacteria can produce the acids. So brushing will prevent dental caries. So this is what is known as dental caries. So today we have completed digestion in human being and dental caries. Hope this video will be helpful for you. Read properly. And don't forget to let me know if you have any doubt regarding any question. Thank you.